Hello guys, Crow here. Welcome to a brand new series I thought about for a while and figured, you know what, I'm going to start doing it at least for the things I do know about for Tekkit Mod Pack 1.2.9G. It runs off of Minecraft 1.6.4. Yes, it is old, but it's Minecraft, so it's still good. So, what I'm thinking about is some tutorials to get you started into your Tekkit gameplay, whether you're on a server with some friends or you're just playing a single player world and you're running a lot of machines, maybe some mining turtles or quarries, and you're getting a lot of bulk items, especially for your animal farms that provide you with food as well, readily cooked food, and you would like to be able to empty your inventory anywhere in the world, no matter what dimension you're in, and request items to come to you no matter where you are, without ever having to come back to base. Now, before we get going, I will be using a self-sustaining fusion reactor. It is not my design. It is designed by Nelriana of Derpshield. Sorry, I know it's loud. That's why you will want to build it, at least 20 to 25 blocks away from anything you'll be doing, so you don't have to hear it all the time. And even the sound mufflers only do so much good with it, from my experiences. It's still fairly loud. I will have the link for his video showing you how to build this and everything you need to build it down in the description. Now, while we are over here, I will show you the settings for the Tesseract that you need. That will supply you all the power you will need. This thing supplies around 50,000 RF per tick. For your Tesseract, you will want item mode and fluid mode completely blocked, which means neither one of the arrows should be illuminated on both of these first two blocks. On the last one, you want both of them for energy mode, so that down here and down here, it only says energy for sending and receiving. You will want to set your frequency the same for every Tesseract you use to pull energy from this reactor. I use 10, it's just a personal preference. Like I said, I've used it on pretty much every server that I've run, including my current one, and in my single player worlds that I've played. And I have never run out or run short of power. But I have never at once had every single system possible in the game running, so that may do it. I don't know. You'll have to test it and find out for yourself, but I generally run a good number of things in my worlds. And I have not run short of power at all yet. So, without further babbling, let's go ahead and get this started. Now, the first thing you'll want to do is place down your Tesseract that you're going to use to power it. To set it, you can right-click twice for item mode as well as fluid mode, and that will turn everything off. Then you can just left-click once. This is from the default settings upon setting it down. And that will allow just the sending and receiving of energy. You will set your frequency the same as the one that's attached to the reactor. Click Set Frequency. Now that is pulling power. Now you want your logistics power junction. That is what's going to power your entire pipe system. You will shift right-click to set it down. You will see it immediately loads up with power. Now, alternatively, if you don't want to build the reactor, or you just don't have the materials yet for some reason, but you do have the materials for this storage system, what you could do is place down a water block 2 blocks away and 1 block down from the power junction. And you'll place a steam dynamo on the block behind the power junction so that it's facing into it. Then you will want to shift right click to place a water pump pipe above the water going into the back of the dynamo. Now you will right click into the dynamo and place coal or charcoal. I'm not sure if different types of wood work. They might. I'm not sure about lava either. That may work as well. And what that will do, that will fill itself up with power, but it will push that power into here. This does, in my opinion, does not provide nearly adequate enough power. So I personally recommend getting your self-sustaining fusion reactor going. One thing he does not state in his video, he uses a creative energy cell, which you can't get in survival mode. If you're doing this in survival mode, you can use what I just did with the steam dynamo setup plugged into the side of one of the pipes. Should work. Or not pipes, the redstone energy conduit. That should work. And that will jumpstart your system, as he explains with the same as he explains with the creative energy cell. But that's if you're doing it in survival mode, which most of us will be. You don't really need mass storage if you're in creative mode. So, from your fully powered logistics power junction, you will want some basic logistics pipe, logistics chassis Mk2. The logistics chassis pipes, they range from Mk1 to Mk5. The only difference in them is when you take a wrench and right click is the number of available module slots, which allows the pipe to perform different functions. I've never really needed more than a logistics chassis Mk2, which is good because it's cheaper. Let's make it high noon again. And it's a lot easier to get it than the further you move up. So in this first logistics chassis Mk2, you'll have basic pipe here, your first Mk2 here. You'll want your extractor Mk3 module. It is an advanced module. It's more expensive than the Mk2 or Mk1, but it is the fastest for removing items from the ender chest. And you will see why it's needed here in a few moments, because we're going to be working with heavily bulk items. You will want one more section of basic pipe. Then let's lay out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more pieces of logistics chassis Mk2. Now, since these are all bulk items, you're going to want something called a... Why don't I have them in my inventory? A deep storage unit. You're going to want one attached to each one of those. Now, the reason you want these is we're going to be working with these items that come in high bulk once you're running farms, quarries, mining turtles, what have you. Or just doing a lot of hand mining yourself. What will happen? Yes, these only hold one type of item. So when we put dirt in here, you won't be able to put cobblestone, cactus dye, coal, anything else in this storage unit, but it will hold up to 2 billion of the item it does have in it. That's why we are using these for our bulk storage. We will go ahead and place one of each of our items in each of the storage units. We can go ahead and get rid of that now. And I will show you why in a moment. Now, we have polymorphic item sync modules, as well as provider module Mk2. 8 of each, 1 of each, to go in each of the pipes. So we will go down the line and install all of these as we go. Go back the other way and install the other ones. You can hold them in your hand and right-click on the pipe as if you're trying to open a chest. Or alternatively, you could always open by right-clicking with a wrench on the pipe and then placing them manually by hand from your inventory. You can't shift-click. Trust me, I've tried. It doesn't work. So you have to click it, drag it in, place it, and put it back, and then move on to the next one. I find it much faster, much easier to just have it in your hand and go down the line and right-click. Now, I use Logistics Hud Glasses as in the helmet slot, so I can go down the line and make sure I properly placed one of each in the pipes. Now, when you hover over the provider module in that pop-up, it will show you what item is in there in the connected storage and how many of that item. As you can see, each one is holding what it's supposed to. I accidentally hovered over top of... Oops. Well, I wasn't supposed to do that. You did not see that. You can just put them right back in, it's fine. See, there's the dirt. So, if you want to get rid of that, because I personally don't want to see it right now, don't need to see it anymore, you can take the glasses off and the displays are gone. So, now, what you're going to want to do, we have one of each item in each, or one item in each of the storage units. You will want to right-click into the pipe, then click this button right here with the exclamation point next to the provider module. Down here you'll see a button that says switch. Under it says mode normal. You'll want to click it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Till it says leave one item per type. What that will do, when you are later requesting things out of the system, and the system is pulling things actively from whatever storage units you're asking it to, if you have 400 dirt in here, the system will only register 399. The purpose of that being, with those modules that are installed right now, they need to know at all times where that specific item's home is. For it to know that, there has to be at least one of that item in that connected inventory. So that way it will always, no matter what, leave one of that item in there, so it always has that placeholder. So you'll want to go down the line and do that to each of the pipes. Or actually, alternatively, I almost goofed up on you guys. I am sorry for this. You'll have to give me a moment. Let me correct myself. This is going to make it much easier for you. I actually, believe it or not, just discovered the other day by accident that you could do this. Yes, they have to come out one by one because they've already been inserted. Get rid of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Instead of doing that, you get your 8 in your hand. Again, I apologize, but I caught myself. So you click anywhere on the ground or out in the open air, and it brings up that same interface. You click your switch 5 times until it has leave 1 item per type. Now, because all 8 modules were in your hand when you did this, all 8 of them now have that setting. Now, you can go down your line and install them all. If you would like to double check, you can go in here. I already set the 1 item per type. Go to this one. Leave 1 item per type. My apologies on the first part. I forgot that I just discovered that. That is my fault. But it's okay. So, now that those are in there, let's get ourselves Alright, 2 stacks of each of those items. Okay, now that everything is set up, you have your ender pouch with you. You can leave them to just 3 whites for your main system. And you're out and about, and your inventory is just cluttered with this stuff. You'll open that ender pouch, and if you notice, as it's going in, it's all disappearing. Now, if you watch behind there, it's all going to its respective homes. 2 stacks plus 1, 2 stacks plus 1, 2 stacks plus 1. Now, you have a permanent way to clear out your inventory while you are out in any dimension. You could be in the pocket dimensions of the Dimensional Doors mod. You could be on the moon. You could be in the End, the Nether, anywhere. Anywhere you want to be and you want to clear your inventory, you can do that. Now, you might be thinking, okay, well, what's going to happen to it if I don't have a deep storage unit specifically set for that specific type of item? This is what you will have. Now, you can expand this as far as you want for as many items as you want. You can also expand it upward. Add more rows. Up 2 more, add another row. You can loop it around the entire outside of your base, or the entire wall of your base. Or you can set it up basically however you like. Just make sure there is only 1 inventory attached to each of these pipes. If there's more, it could get confused and not work. And one of those inventories is going to be ignored. Well, 1 or more. Only 1 inventory will be recognized, and it's usually the first one you attach to that pipe. So what you'll do is add more basic logistics pipes at the end of your system. Now, I'm using obsidian chests because they're my favorites for the excess stuff. They have the biggest inventory for, non-specific items. And you will take your wrench and right-click those basic pipes and change default route to yes. Now, anything that doesn't have a home elsewhere in the system will automatically get sent to these chests, starting with the first one. Once that doesn't have space, you'll move to the second one. I will demonstrate here. Let's get some obsidian. some sandstone, some wool, and a quartz slab. Now you open up your ender pouch and you dump all of these things in. Now they didn't have a home anywhere in these, so they were automatically sent to the default of these chests. Everything is there. You sort it if you like. Okay, now, what about when you're out in the world and you run out of food, or you need stone to bridge across a lava pool or something? What you're going to do is take a remote orderer logistics pipe. I always stick it on top so I know, which positions are which. You'll put another ender chest on there and give it a different color coding. I'm going to do all green for this example. Now, to match the ender pouch to that chest, you will hold shift and right click with the pouch in your hand on the front lock of the chest. And as you see, it matched the colors. Now you will also want a remote orderer of whatever color you choose. The color doesn't matter. Same with the coloration of the chest, as long as the chest and the pouch match. You will take your remote orderer, go to the remote orderer logistics pipe, and right click on it. You will see down in your chat box, it is now connected to the pipe. To be doubly sure, you can also hover over it. It's in its description now, it says has remote pipe. So now, when you right click, whether in the air or on a non-interactive block like the ground, it will show you everything that is in your system. If you notice, there are exactly 2 stacks available of each of these items. It will not tell you, because it doesn't have the proper modules for it, what is in these unsorted chests, nor can it pull from these. It can only supply to them with things that don't already have a designated home in the system. Now if you notice, each of these is only 2 stacks. Each of those boxes has 2 stacks plus 1. That is because of the way we set the provider modules, to always leave 1 of that item. This tells you only what is available to you to order. So, let's say you're somewhere and you need some sand. Now your plus and minus buttons down here will either increase by 1 at a time, by 10 at a time. By the way, this 0 here represents stack count. This up here is item count. This over here, on the other side of the plus, is whatever is stacks plus extra. Stack and change. And down here gives you stacks. Now, let's say you want some sand. You want to take both stacks out. You can request them, and within a moment, both stacks of sand are now in that colored ender pouch, because they got requested by the pipe out of the system into the green ender chest. You can also use the remote ordering system from within your base. It's not quite as usable, but it's good. On my server, I have it set up so, let's say for greens, I will have the green chest, which I use for my pulverizer line, so that I can request items specifically to come to the pulverizer. what it'll do, they'll come up into that green chest, which means they're also in this one, and they'll start automatically getting pumped out and into a row of pulverizers. So let's say you want a couple of stacks of iron ore to be pulverized into dust because you need ingots. It will automatically pull things into the system, into the chest, and out into your row of pulverizers. I will show you guys another time how to set that one up. But for now, this is pretty much all you need to know. You do need to keep an eye on these unsorted chests here, because as you advance along your world and you're out exploring and you're just clearing inventory left and right, they will start to get cluttered with stuff. So as you start to find more and more items that you're getting bigger bulk amounts of, and you're going to get plenty more of, you're going to want to add more to this system. Actually, I shouldn't have put this here, because this is where you would expand upward for the rest of the system. But you could even start here. This is the beauty of this system. You could even start right there and expand it that way. It doesn't matter, because of all of these pipes being connected, they all know where everything is in the system that is needed. Well guys, I hope this tutorial has been a bit helpful for you. If you have any questions, please ask me down in the comments. I will be happy to answer any questions you have. If I don't know the answer, I will just come out and tell you, or I will try to look up the answer and then test it myself before answering you to make sure I can give a good, valid explanation. And if you guys have any requests for any other Tekkit tutorials that I can provide, I will be happy to do so. I plan on recording more in the near future. Yeah, that's about it. Just let me know what you would like. I'm going to be continuing to try to study more systems that I haven't used myself yet, so that I can be prepared for your requests should you have them. Well, I appreciate you watching. If you could, check out my other videos. I also play on a SMP network called ADULTSCRAFT. The links for our website, our Discord that you can join and chat with us, and our other social medias are down in the description, as well as my personal Discord and social media links are down there as well, including my Twitch link. I do stream live on Twitch every day except for Wednesdays and Sundays, and even some Wednesdays and Sundays if I have time and nothing else comes up that I need to do. I would appreciate you checking out all the links when you go, if you go to the ADULTSCRAFT website link to check out all of our amazing members and their content. When you go to the website, on the left side, you will see the links for the 3 servers. There will be AP Bedrock, AP Minecraft, and AP Java. Each of those will take you to another page that will list all of the members of that specific server. And under each of the members, you will be able to find their Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, whatever they may have. They are all worth checking out. They're amazing people. They're awesome content creators. And I personally recommend at least giving one quick check out to each and every one of them to see if you like their stuff. If you do, please subscribe, drop a follow. And like I said, I will have the link down there also for the self-sustaining fusion reactor. It is a great video. It tells you step by step very clearly how to build it and how to get it working. It has never failed me. Yes, I look it up every time because I can never personally remember exactly how. I even watched it to build the one you see in front of you right here, and this is probably the 8th time that I've built it. So, yeah, that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helped you. And I will catch you next time. Have a great day. And goodbye.